What's today? Friday? What's up, family? Sorry for the little. Gotta kick the heater on because it's cold. Welcome to my fantastic studios here in the San Francisco Bay Area, California. Something just hit my car. What would that be? Anyway, or something fell. Yeah, welcome to my fantastic newly built studios, newly constructed. We're still working on it around here. Oh, thank you, Ava. Yeah, give it a little bit more time, get some more people in here, and yeah, we can discuss yesterday and what I think, what I gathered, took from it. Yeah, because you with these fraudulent, faking ass entities, you never really know. So, um, I did notice one thing is the prosecutor who was handling the conference did not want me querying the room to find out who was a bar member. He did not want me querying the room. He was fine with him saying he was a bar member, but he did not want me trying to identify anyone else, because had I identified him, then that would have been the other participant in the trust. So, other than that, what's up? Yay, Bella. Hi, Bella. Wait. We'll give it a little bit more time. Just make sure people get here, because there might be people who are on their way to work or the notification hasn't gone out yet, or whatever. Yeah, it was interesting. That's all I can call yesterday. Was interesting. I mean, I can't call it a success, because I mean, successfully I wouldn't even have to show up. Yeah, successfully he would have been, oh, dismissed, but he can't. He couldn't. Oh well, that it was too late, and what their problem is I'm sorry, but your codes and your statutes, that shit, it does not apply to me, especially when there's no victim. If you can present a victim that claims damage, then I'll stand up and be honorable and take care of the victim, but I'll offer remedy. But he who causes controversy must offer remedy, and that's usually the executor, the prosecutor, who is the who draws up the papers against the estate. Oh yeah, I hope everything works for me too. Thank you, Jackie. I'll actually be able to pay attention to comments now, even though it's hot. No. You let them know. You know how game go. Yeah, but my letting them know. Again, in the room who was in the conference, these people that were in the conference, they were just bodies. They're just bodies. They're just random people that okay, today's you're going to be in the conference, in the petty offense conference. You're going to be on there, and you're going to be in, because there were just there's people from the park service, people from the park police. I'm like, okay, so what are these people doing here? They need bodies, because they have to, there are certain roles in this transaction that need to be, they have to have bodies there. They don't have to say shit. They don't have to say anything, and they didn't, except for the officer. He spoke out of turn. He interrupted me, which is really very rude, and shows his inexperience in dealing with these matters. He has no experience. I mean, he just totally blurted out, right in the middle of my speaking. Oh, you're my arrest. Basically, he's saying, I didn't even notice him. Because the guy he's all, yeah, I got someone from FPS. I saw him all walk in. The officer who arrested, he gained like 15 pounds. He's huge. He's huge. He's ballooned up. I couldn't recognize him. Even when he said that he was the officer, I'm looking at him like, oh yeah, okay, that is him. But he ballooned up. That shit, man. Had I to do all over again, I would have waited for him and ran, because there's no way his ass would have caught me. No way. I would have waited for him, and he got to the bottom of the hill, and I'd taken off and run. And there's no way he could have caught me. No way. And no one's going to respond that promptly to his call for help, for assistance. I got a suspect on the run from Social Security. Yeah, okay. Vallejo PD trying to shoot somebody. They ain't trying to shoot. They ain't trying to ride no senior citizen. That's the first thing you're going to think about. Yeah. No, he didn't. Well, he didn't recognize me until I started to describe the scene where he forced me to sign his presentment. I was literally physically forced to sign it. I told him I could not sign it. I can't sign it. He said, well, you're going to sign it or you're not going to go home. And he had two Vallejo police officers come and join him. And he said, if you don't sign it, I'm going to have them take you to county. So I'm like, all right, man, fucking uncuff me. I'll sign it. You know, I signed it. I gave my initial, put my initial. That's how I sign everything. No, that's not the signature as is shown on this ID that I have a copy of here. That's not the signature. I need you to, you're going to sign it the right way. You're going to, and they push me up against the car, strong arm me, put my arm behind my back and handcuff me again. And I'm like, dude, seriously? Oh, you want me to sign it again? I'll sign it again. Sure. I'm not trying to go to jail, man. I don't want, who wants to go, be kidnapped? But I guess in order to, keep your privacy, that's what you have to go through. That's what you have to do. You're going to have to go through these motherfuckers doing whatever they have to do to try and ID you for a crime that's not really a crime. That's why it's in a petty offense, litigation or conflict. It was kind of like a conflict resolution meeting more than it was a hearing or anything. It was like, because they're looking to resolve the matter. Well, how do they resolve the matter? The previous guy who I heard his case, he was very emotional. He was very upset. He was very adamant that he was not the one that committed this offense that he's being charged with. It was the guy who's actually had him charged with it, and and he really liked this group that he was going to, and it was a group program he was going to, and this guy totally just poured cancer in the Kool-Aid, and now he's told that he can't go there anymore. I mean, he was really emotional. And I mean, obviously he felt he had been wronged. And I heard, like, when it got quiet for a minute and they told him to go outside for a second and then come back in, and he goes back in and I hear him blow. What? It's like, no, I'll go to trial then. I'll just go to trial. I'm not paying anything. Because that's their, that's how they resolve things. Like, okay, the fine is this much. We'll reduce it by that much and you can pay it. Well, no, then there's no, how's there a resolution if someone who's showing up is saying that either they are not guilty of this or it was the citation was erroneously written. Yeah, so that's all that is, and that's why he could not resolve my matter, because I would not answer to you. That's why he asked, could I describe what happened? I can describe what happened from the point the FPS officer arrived to the point that I was released from custody. I can describe that because that's all he has firsthand knowledge of. The FPS officer has no knowledge of anything else. He showed up after a security guard called him and told him that I was recording in the lobby. The same security guard who handed me a document with the CFR code listing the instances in which someone can record in the building. So, I mean, their case is done. They have no case. There's no, I mean, were I to try and fight the case on merit alone, I'd win because there's no evidence. There's no witness. There's nothing. So I just thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to try, and alternative method of responding to a citation aside from going in and fighting it on merit, because as far as the facts are concerned, they have no case. They have no case whatsoever. And if I'm contacted to go for trial, then I'm going to have a field day. I'll have a field day because I'll go ahead and you want to go to trial? Well, then I don't know. Let's see how the judge would be well aware of my not claiming the name, I'm sure. So I would see how we're going to deal with that first. How can we address this citation? If we can address the citation, the what I feel is the erroneous issuance of the citation, then we can discuss the codes where's the claimant? Who's the claimant? The United States is the claimant. The U.S. prosecutor's office is the claimant. Okay, can I see the United States in here, or U.S. whoever I met with to discuss and agree on the terms of this contract that I supposedly signed that has me in here? Yeah, there's no one. There's no claimant. There's no contract. There's no expectation. There should be no expectation for performance or no obligation to perform. And I'm not going to. And from now on, anytime some shit like that's thrown at me, where is it victimless crime or something, I'm playing that card. I'm not going. I'm sorry. I can't. You guys are trying to administer a trust in fraud. It's a fraud upon the people. All right, let's see more. Tasha, hello. I said hi to you. Jackie also signed a CV before signature. Oh yeah, I noticed that on the signatures that you could sign CV, you can sign UCC 1 through 8, you can sign all that shit you want. It's in that box. That box is defendant. It doesn't matter. It's defendant. That's it. This is not an admission of guilt. This is not, but there's a promise up here as defendant. That is defendant. So you can put anything you want in there. UCC 1 3. I used to sign using all that shit, and under duress. I tried signing that before, and it's they play, it's their game, so they can acknowledge what they want, they can dismiss what they want, and they can lose their memory instantly. This is obvious. This motherfucker is like, I don't recall you being there. You see how quiet it got for how long? I was looking, I'm like, okay. The prosecutor starts asking another question. I'm like, no, hold on, let him finish, let him say some more. No, he didn't want him to say anymore. Yeah, no, let him finish, let him say some more. Yeah, he doesn't recall me there. I show up, I have the citation, I signed in, under that name and with the citation number. He doesn't recall writing the citation. He doesn't recall, and composing this presentment that he forced me to sign. And then I asked him, so where's my phone? Oh, it's evidence. Oh, I thought you don't recall me. Oh, so you're already in dishonor. You're no good for a witness. And that's their only witness. So that's it. They don't have anybody else. They can't call the security guard because he was not the arresting. I mean, they can, but they're going to say, well, what did you see? Well, I saw him. He walked in and he had a camera. Well, did you see the video that he recorded? No. Did you see any pictures that he was taking? No. I just told him he had to leave and threatened to arrest him, and he walked out and left. And that was the extent of the confrontation and my recording in the Social Security Administration office. Now, I may have recorded a few frames or whatever, but there's they don't have any access to it. I blocked the video a long time ago. I was like, oh yeah, just in case they want to play and try and get evidence, block it. It's okay. Y'all can see it later. Yeah, block it. But there's nothing on the phone, so I'll be interested. I'm probably going to call next week. Call the clerk to find out, whether the prosecutor intends to proceed or not. Because once I get the word that they are not going to proceed, that they, thrown it out, I'm gonna get on FPS. Give me my goddamn property. Give me my fucking property. No, who are you waiting for? They dismissed it. Now you're going to tell me that your federal officer, who was supposed to be, a man of his word, a man of honor, that told me he was taking my phone for evidence and would return it, and I should trust him with it. And now he doesn't recall me. You tell me he can't recall someone like me. He can't recall me as combative and fucking outspoken as I am. He can't recall. Yeah, he had people respond to assist him and strong arming me to sign. He doesn't recall me being at the scene. Yeah, I'm sorry, but his testimony would be, it wouldn't be. They'd know better than to call him. They couldn't, because I would shred him. Yeah, I'm not an attorney, no, but I know how to ask questions and I know facts. Okay, and that's what I base everything on, fact. It's a fact. I have no obligation to perform for the United States of America in any capacity. Okay, and I won't. So that's a fact. Now, what I have to do in order to survive, what I have to do in order to operate in this society, I do. Yeah, I have a license and ID. I have a social security number. I mean, these are things I really don't even have a choice but to have in order to maintain a decent quality of life without having to worry about having my shit jacked all the time, or even more run-ins with the police than I have right now. So it's yeah, I do. But the thing is I have the authorization to use the name. I have been known to use the name in the past. I've been told that's my name by many people from the time I was born, but I don't have any proof. There's not a fact that's my name. I've never signed anything saying that I would agree to the terms of wearing or bearing that name that is not mine. And yeah, any liability that comes with it, make sure you keep that shit on that side, because that's fiction. See, this is real here, and the real ain't paying for that shit. Don't care. $500 for some hearsay accusation of a code that's enforced, that's basically a code to protect their fraud anyway. And why no video recording in a publicly accessible lobby of a Social Security Administration building? Why? Because there's personal private information. The government has no personal private information. You're all commercial. There's no personal private information. In fact, your Social Security number is far from personal private because there's stuff out there with that number in your name that you did not open, that you are not investing in or reaping the benefits of. So yeah, there's no privacy. Your privacy is a figment of your imagination. This is something for you to stress over. You have no privacy because if you did, then you wouldn't have shit out there in that name that you thought was yours and isn't. And that number too. So it's all just a game to keep the people against the people, So someone goes in there recording, then people that are in there want to get all up in arms because you're recording our personal private information. Well, if they knew half of the shit that was going on, they'd want news crews in there because it is a fraud upon humanity. It is a fraud upon the people, and it is a fraud of our existence. I mean, it's just we live and exist in fraud, and the sheeple, they perpetuate it by they buy into it, believe it, and they push it without even doing any research or any common sense thinking. Like, why would a newborn need a Social Security number? That's your labor card, right? That's what you need to work. Why does a newborn need a Social Security number? Yeah, you know why. You got to stamp the slaves. Slaves got to be branded somehow. And I'm pretty sure that they are already implanting RFID without parents' knowledge in newborns. Pretty sure, because they got the RFID where it's like that big. It's just itty bitty, like a grain of rice. Yep, I'm sure they slide it right in newborn. Yep, we got him. What's the tag number? Tag number. All right, go ahead and send that off to wherever the vital bullshit resources or whatever the hell you want to call federal maintainer of slave records. So let's see. Comments. I went on LinkedIn and trolled the prosecutors before. Nothing like poking the and you know what else? You can go to the Bar Association website and get their home address. I talked to what I missed because I meant to record it. I swear I hit record, but because I went back up to talk to the public defender to verify that my giving this document to the court clerk would not be entering a plea. I mean, she and I spoke at length outside of view of everybody, and she's very I mean, she loves her job and she really is trying to help people. She does not know what's going on. Not everybody knows. There are people that are indoctrinated that think that they're doing other than what they're doing. But they're compartmentalized. Okay, they're compartmentalized and they're not given the full high level overview of how this trickle down shit works and how what part they play in the the enslavement and extortion of the people. But she she said. I was like, so you don't, she had a problem with some of the terms I was throwing out there. I was like, so do you not know contract law? She's like, it was my worst, it was the worst subject I had. I hated it. I was like, oh, well, that explains it, but the prosecutors, they know contract law. And that guy who was in there, he knows contract law. He knows. That's why when I say you're a trustee, he doesn't say shit. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. You come in and he's okay. Well, you're not trusted. Okay, well then you're executor. Then he doesn't say anything. So it's obvious. It's my call. How many times did he tell me to sit down? The first as soon as I walk in the door, go ahead, have a seat. I'm good. I'll stand. That way, everyone's sitting down. I'll stand. That means I'm higher than all of you. So it's good. I'll stand. And he asked me again, do you mind taking this? No, I prefer to stand. I'm sorry. I don't like being told what to do physically. I don't like suggestion. No, I'll stand. I've been sitting all day. Been sat on the fucking train to come out to this motherfucker. Sat out here waiting for you guys to get through with your little tiff that you had going on back here. And I sat here through this other guy crying about some shit. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to stand. Yeah. Hey, Money Boy. What's up, man? Money Boy. Yeah, what's her name is still over there talking about you, man. Yep, talking about you and your homeboy, Money Boy Midwest, are doing some what she call it? Grifting? What the fuck is grifting? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, she's so. I mean, like, yeah, she's kind of like dead to me because there's no relevance whatsoever to what I'm doing now. She doesn't, she, and yeah, who cares? She likes to drop my name every once in a while, but there's nothing new she can add to it. She just keeps talking about these secret accounts that don't exist. That it's like, okay, well, you're denying a fact that many people have proven to themselves. So, I mean, you're transparent to them at least. And those that are, I imagine those that are subscribers to her and listen to her as soon as she uploads, probably a lot of her coworkers and a lot of older, like 55, maybe 60 plus people that are listening to her, because I couldn't imagine anybody that is semi-conscious, listening for more than 5 minutes and just realizing that this woman, this whatever she is yeah, she's just paid to do what she does. I mean, the Moor. Oh yeah, the Moors. She likes to make fun of the Moors and how the Moor. Yeah, they say the Moors. This more. Okay, well, if the Moors had no part in the building of this nation, why is there Moore Park Road? Why are there more? You look at how many cities have this name Moore in it. Okay, the Moors had nothing to do with this shit. Well, why are these all these street names and cities and shit got Moore in it? No, but it's another obvious thing that's out there. And people just like, ha ha ha, you're a sovereign citizen Moor. You're sovereign, you're Moor. Yeah, and you're sitting and going to have a picnic at a park on Moore Park Road. Yeah, so and shit, they got two Moore Park Roads in San Jose. They got two streets that are like parallel. One's named Moore Park some Ave, and the other's Moore Park Road. It makes no sense, but the Moors. The name issue for me is expired. Well, no, it's not. Well, it's not expired. It's matured. It's matured, but it's not expired until after until they can document that entity that registration of birth was created for has moved on. And once they can verify it, get that death certificate printed, and then they can go ahead and start to dissolving or liquidating what was theirs but kind of yours. I don't know. I don't really think we have a right to, because it's all fraud, it's all wrong. So to think that I have a multi-billion or more estate out there that I need to get access to, and that's my money, that's just ridiculous. Okay, I'd rather be cut free from the system, have no further identification with that name, but be allowed to operate as a living man in this area, knowing his rights, and that I'd be happy with that. I don't need this shit. I don't want your estate. I don't want all your paper fiat bullshit digital computer money. I don't need it. I want freedom. And to me, freedom is no longer having to answer to a name that is not mine. So or answering to it as I choose. There's like this guy. So you're not this name. Well, are you the United States? You're here. You represent. You're here for the United States prosecutor's office. Right, you're here for is your name United States Prosecutor's Office? No, you're a representative for the United States. Well, I'm a representative for that name. I have authorization to use it at will when I want. It says right there, it's signed by the United States Secretary of State that whoever holds this document, is granted everything that this document, entails. So that could be whatever I want it to be, whenever I want it to be. And if someone tries to, create controversy by creating a claim against that name, and being the claimant and the prosecutor and trying to be the beneficiary, then that's controversy. And in trust law, that's a no. It's bad. It's like the ultimate bad. And if someone calls you on it, you must toss it. So I'm not scared for this going to trial. I'm not scared about this going to trial, because if it goes to trial, then no, I don't. If it goes to trial, then I actually, there's a judge there that is, I know, appointed trustee, and I'll appoint and leave it at that. And I'm not even going to go through all of it, because they know better. They should know better. For them to continue to move forward, the prosecutors would have to move forward. And I don't think that prosecutor there yet, they're going to want to move forward. I'm pretty sure the lead prosecutor that left, that's what I'm saying, that this whole thing, I mean, it reeks of some kind of setup, some kind of strategy. Why did the lead prosecutor leave? She only heard one case and took off because I was next. I think. How did this officer end up in there? Was it some random employee? Doesn't matter. We need a body. Go sit in there today. Or was it, hey, this guy's coming in. We watched his YouTube channel. He's talking about he's not going to claim the name. We need you to sit in there and say that he wasn't there or whatever. I don't know. I think he was there. I think he was brought in there just in case I didn't appear. So had I not appeared, then he could say, "Oh well, he's not here, and the arresting officer was here because it was set for a resolution, and he's not here, so we can issue a warrant." That's what I think. But yeah, no, sorry, I don't. If I promise to appear, I promise even if I'm forced to sign something, against my will. If I promise to do something that's documented on paper, I'm gonna try and do it. Because I want to remain in honor, even if those that are enforcing it or trying to coerce me into contracting aren't. So, and that's basically what it boils down to. Is like I just try and maintain my honor and ensure that anybody else I do business with maintains theirs, and those that don't, I don't do business with. And United States of America, has proven to not do business well and with concern for anybody but the United States. Let's see. Keep calling your old phone number. No, it's actually that phone number was soon, because I don't sign contracts for shit like that. I don't believe you should have to sign a contract for 2 years of service and then all of a sudden say you don't need service anymore and they come after you for 2 years of service you didn't pay for. No, I do. I like you pay, you stay, you pay, you play. I like that. So I have a month to month. So probably a few days after he took it, probably like a week and a half after, it ended up getting cut off anyway. But yeah, I'll get it back eventually. Eventually I'll get it back. I'm not worried about it, and I'm pretty sure it will be. I'll be getting it back without it ever being used as evidence. I wish they would contact me looking for the unlock code. That'd be funny. Black's Law Dictionary, judge definition, see the banker or postie judge. Ever notice post offices in courthouse? Boost Mobile. I use Getro PCS, and actually Verizon has a monthly. I think they all offer monthlies now because people don't want to be stuck in contracts. It's like one less contract you got to deal with, the better, because you have to deal with shit like this. Send notice that you will charge $1 million per minute for your time. You're brave, I get it. Let's see, 3008. SSA is a federal corporation. Yeah, we know. Yep. Like Walmart. Yep, exactly. They're all, it's corporations, and they have how many people on their team? You have the claimant, that is the federal government. You have the prosecutor that's employed by the federal government. You have the court clerk that's employed by the federal government. You have the judge that's employed by the federal government, and you have the damn public defender that's employed by the federal government. So whose benefit is this shit? Is this hearing going to be in? Not yours. Shit, not yours. So yeah, and I'm talking to the public defender yesterday, and she's like, "Well," I was like, "You're a member of the bar, right?" She's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "And you're employed by the federal government?" "Well, I get paid by da 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 da." I was like, "Yeah, well, essentially you get paid by the federal government, right?" Like, no, yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't. I don't require representation. I don't. So I appreciate you. You're, and I told her, I was like, "You're a sweetheart. I can tell that you are really into your job and you really are trying to help people. I'm good. I don't need representation because there's no case. There's no case. I don't need no representation, man. Fuck that shit." Yeah, representation. She's like, "So what if they, because I started talking to her about the name thing, and she, as I started talking, it started to click, things started to click, and she asked, "So what if they, it says, what if they take your body and, as a result of this?" I was like, "I claim my body. They can't take it. They have no right to my body. I have their name. I have the only thing they have jurisdiction over, the piece of paper. That's all you got. That's all you got. I'm not a name. I'm not a piece of paper. And until you can present somebody who is physically bleeding or injured or can point and say that's him, he did it, there's no case, man. No victim, no crime. And I'm not going to respond any other way with the fiction being the claimant. And anytime there is a fiction as claimant, I'm going to pull that card out of my ass and make sure that everybody in the courtroom knows. I think that may be another reason why they do this thing in private seclusion, because I think a lot of people know, and a lot of people go in there and bust them out, and especially in the petty offense court, because they not only are they, it's petty, but most of them are there for shit that is, demanding their rights or exercising their rights. So yeah, that's maybe why they make it a private, secluded thing. And or maybe they just think everybody's so dumb that they, will go ahead and admit guilt and try and bargain to get the fine down. I mean, as soon as you accept any payment arrangements or whatever, then you're admitting guilt, and they don't even have to go through a trial. You just want to make payment arrangements. Okay, we can do that for you, no problem. So we're going to go ahead and mark you guilty. And how much are you willing to pay a month? We're going to go ahead and mark you guilty. So what's your monthly income? And they want to know all this other shit. Your monthly income, and talk to them about, tell them your story about how much you make or how you're not doing well. If you can't make enough to do this and do that, and this is what the public defender is saying, and they'll work with you, or you can go to community service anywhere in the world, a nonprofit organization you go do, and this is all stuff that she's, this is what's taught to her. This is what she offers as the possible remedy for those that are defendants as citizens. And in these hearings, she doesn't say anything about, she does say, if you feel that this is that is a mistake, you don't belong here, then just tell you want to set it for trial. Yeah, well, and what if the whole interaction, the whole association you've made with, between my body and this name is wrong? That's what we need to get to. And then we can talk about this bullshit the CFR code that, you think someone is going to abide by. Yeah. So it doesn't hold water. Their cases are whack. And unless you have someone who is going to be the victim, then I suggest protecting yourself. So do what you exactly. So the guy yesterday, the guy that went before me that was, all emotional about his, I'm sitting there when he came back out and saying, "Hey, do you know what BAR stands for?" He's all, "Oh, it's not an acronym." I was like, "No, it is an acronym." So, what does it stand for? British Accredited Registry. He's like, "Huh, interesting. Does it make sense?" No, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, British Accredited Registry. Yeah, yeah, of course they're going to tell you it's not accurate. So then what is BAR then? What, it's just, we're just going to go hang out at the bar and throw legal contradictions around? No, of course it's an acronym. They'll tell you it's not an acronym because they don't want you to make the association. Wait a minute. We're in the United States, right? The United States has been, we fought for freedom, right? The revolution, right? We're supposed to be free. What the hell are the lawyers here registered? Every lawyer has to be registered with the bar. So, yeah. Oh, Form 56. I brought that up to her too. It's like, okay, well, if they want to send it to trial, because this is when I pondered going back and getting a piece of paper. I didn't want to leave it hanging like that. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna leave this document and the ticket out of the citation too, with whoever's trustee to do what they have to do. Now let me go ahead and see if I make sure that this is an entering a plea and what my options are. So after I took it and said, okay, well, if they want to continue to pursue and go to trial, then I'll just make sure that whoever's presiding will receive a Form 56 a week before the trial date, and they'll go ahead and they'll make the ruling based on that, guaranteed. And she's like, well, you don't have to do that. You can bring the Form 56 and ask them to take it. I was like, no, you can't do that. You can't bring it on the day of and try and hand them a Form 56. I'm not gonna take that shit. You got to send a registered return receipt mail. That way you don't have proof that they received it. Oh, yeah. Well, you seem like you know what you're doing. So, so yeah, but if you need anything, you need any advice, you want to know anything, you need help filing anything, call me and I will help you, or someone in my office will, free of charge. I'm like, okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it. She was really sweet. And it's just, I know that not everybody that works for the federal government is some evil piece of shit troll, but you see what the officer, the FPS officer, how quick he was to mess shit up. How quick he was to throw some bullshit out there. I don't recall you being there. No, you weren't there. Yeah. No, the guy that was like a foot taller than me that let me arrest him and could have easily outrun me and told me he wasn't going to sign because it's not his name. I don't recall you at all. No, you weren't there. Oh, you have a ticket. Maybe you're just here for someone. Yeah, because I know people to go and handle people's citations for them, right? Yeah, let me go handle that citation for you, man. I'm just gonna go say this ain't me. Yeah, yeah. People, it's so when he says that, the other people in the room look at him. They're like, because they don't know. These, like I said, they have people from the park service, the park police. It's just bodies. There was a kid, she could have been no more than 19, 20 years old. They don't know. So my being there and doing what I was doing was they were on the edges of their seats. They wanted to see what was going to happen. The one guy, there was one guy in the corner in a suit, and I asked him, "Are you a member?" No, not me. Nope. But he knew what was going. He knows what was going on because he was smirking. He's over in the corner smirking. Man, I'm telling the dude he's a trustee. He was over there smirking. So he may not be a member of the bar, but he's a member of the club. Yeah. So yep. Yeah. Yeah. Congress never lifted the martial law after. Yeah, because President Lincoln was supposedly assassinated right after he declared martial law, and so we're still supposed to be in martial law. That's why the government actually controls the hospitals. That's why they can do what they do, and that's why it's fraud and shit. Because martial law register. I want to look it up. Go Google it. Over the last 3 years, a lot of information has vanished from the web. So, just because it's no longer there doesn't mean it wasn't at one point in time. And just because I don't have proof of it doesn't mean I didn't see it and lock it in there. So, yeah, I know what it means. There used to be tons of resources where you can go and view it. And go type in what does bar mean, or type in British Accredited Registry and see if it comes back with bar. That's how you prove it. That's why Lindsay said that in Congress hearing a while back. I don't know who Lindsay is. And they all let little truth slip. But again, the truth is, if you are under their jurisdiction, and you have to live their truth and or whatever lie there you want to put out there. Mm-hmm. We stay at war. We're always at war. We're always if it's not war with some other country, then it's war amongst ourselves. War Castle overview. Yeah, I know War Castle. Watch to the end should be free. Yeah. They're shutting down libraries like Busted Meth Labs. I wonder why that is. No, they keep their libraries. They're not shutting them down. They're dumbing them down. Just making sure that those libraries contain text that's only approved texts and stuff. They have to go through. The libraries can't just go pull any book in there. It has to be approved. Yeah, Libra code. Yeah, well, I really don't give a. Lincoln was alive, but fucking back in 1800s, man, or 17. That shit ain't got nothing. None of that shit. The laws they established back then, the rules they established, none of that shit applies to me. You take the Constitution, although the First Amendment, right? Take and wipe your ass with it. I don't care. I don't need a declaration or a Constitution or any code of ethics or operation that was drafted by these people that are they're just fraud. I mean, what was George Washington? We never had a chance, man. We never had a chance. What is one of the Freemasons' biggest pictures? One of the number one pictures. George Washington is the Freemasonry shit. We never had a chance, dude. We were never free. We're never going to be a free nation. We never were. The first president was a damn Mason. So what does it tell you? This whole thing is there's never, nothing was drafted and approved by Congress to make your life better, ever. It was always to strip more rights from you, have you more dependent on the system, and have more to charge your trust or your estate with, when they catch you doing it. Yeah, papal bulls or papal balls. Well, I mean, are you a Catholic? Because I'm not a Catholic. I understand that the rest of the world operates under under the Catholic, this whole this whole system, the system of Chattel it's a Catholic creation, but. I'm not Catholic, but I somehow ended up with a bond on my name. So French don't have gun, but they have balls. It does suck. And what sucks even more is that in order to get to the level of understanding I'm at, I've had to be immersed in it for fucking like 2.5 years, 3 years. So how many people do you know are going to commit that much time to learning about the fraud they exist in? They're not. They don't have time for it. It's too complicated. It's too intimidating. It's too standing on your own. It's too, everyone's going to judge you. And and that's the one thing everybody cares more about than money is how everyone perceives them. And that's where I differ. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. Don't care. I'm going to tell you what I feel. And if you dig it, you dig it. If you don't, you don't. I hope I don't offend you. But I have very strong opinions on things that I think affect us as a people, and I just stand on facts to support those opinions. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna have to go. I got to make some money. I'll be spending the weekend with my kids. I get this is supposed to be my last weekend with my kids before I go to Arizona, but because I didn't start the GoFundMe soon enough, because I didn't make enough money myself, I don't think I'm going to make the goal to leave Monday. So if I don't leave Monday, don't think I'm not leaving. I'm going to go and try and make the money myself. And whoever contributes, please contribute. I appreciate you contributing. But if you're not able to, I understand. I don't have money to contribute to anybody either, except for, someone on the street. If they ask for it and I have it, I throw it at them. But, yeah, they don't. Yeah, of course they don't care about your rights. They take your rights from you and repackage them as benefits or programs. And that's so they take your rights, and we should have rights. We should have free access to. We should not have to worry about how much it's going to cost to go get something you need done, like a tooth crown or some shit like their glasses. So if you don't have insurance, you don't have money, you're not going to get any help. That's not the world we're supposed to live in, but it is, and it's just an example. It's just an example of how sick our society is, because someone will die because they don't have fucking paper to pay for a service they need. It's paper. It is paper. I mean, we could use pebbles. We could use rocks, and it'd be because it's what the people put the value in, place their value in. So the whole world places their value in some kind of currency that in the real world, not this monopoly fiction ass world they've created. In the real world, it could not do a fucking thing for you. There's nothing it would do for you. There's nothing you could do with it, and it doesn't burn well, and you can't even wipe your ass well with it. So it's not even good paper. But that is what everybody is chasing. That is what is more important to most people than anything else. That is what people will screw other people over for. That is what people will throw people under the bus for. That is what people will take credit for other people's work for. That is what it is the root of all evil. They tell you when you start, you were born in sin, and money is the root of all evil. So you're born in sin, and money is the root of all evil. Yeah, and so you want to go ahead and pray through Jesus Christ to be forgiven for your sins that you was born with, that you ain't even did shit, and yeah, and you just go on and take on more debt and chase making more, and because the money is root of all evil. Look at people, bigwigs for huge Kaiser. You're talking about people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but they've sold their souls. Now, just ignorance is no excuse, and that is one of the I know that is one of the golden rules. Is ignorance. Ignorance is no excuse. So if you were participating to the enslavement of our people, and at any aspect of it, then you will have to answer for that later on. You'll have to answer for that somehow, somewhere. Maybe not this existence, maybe the next. Maybe when it's there is no judgment. You think there's judgment elsewhere than this raggedy fucking place? Come on, there's nowhere else you're going to be judged. No, the judgment is here. This place it instills judgment, and by the duality and everything. Away from here, you're free. You'll be free from this name, free from people, from judgment, free from fraudulent interactions with fictional entities that are supported and fought for by real people. It's like, so who's this? Oh, the people of the state of California. The state of California says, well, can I meet the state of California? Can I meet one of these motherfuckers that are telling you that I must pay, or I must? I'm sorry, but I don't understand how it got so fucked up. I don't get it, how it got so fucked up. Democracy? Is that so? Like, because maybe democracy fucked it up some, because the many, they overrule the few. So that's why, you can be cited and arrested and imprisoned for a crime against the state under some statute or code where there's no victim. We're messed, and it's not like that's ever going to change. Not in my lifetime, not in yours either. And there's people who are, again, they work right there shoulder to shoulder with the invisible entity, the United States of America, and they don't even know what's going on. And come on, to be the lead public defender in the civic courts, the San Francisco Office of the Civic Courts, or the lead prosecutor. That's big time, man. That is big time. That's tons of school. That's tons of contacts and LinkedIn profiles that you're tapped into, and they don't know. They don't know what the fuck is going on. Not all of them. Again, the lead prosecutor, I know she knew what was going on, and the prosecutor that she left behind, I know he knew what was going on, because you're a trustee. He says nothing. That's my answer right there. I tell him what he is, and he says nothing. Or no, you're gonna be in the name today. Says nothing. Yeah, because I'm standing. They're sitting. Anyway, I got to get to work. I will talk to the family. I'll do another live stream later today for those of you that wanted to join and discuss it, but are stuck at work or doing something else. It'll probably be around after I get settled with my kids. Probably this evening, maybe about 6-7 p.m. Anyway, talk to the family later. Have a good day.